Well, all right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. I'm going to try to teach us all something here this morning. I want you to listen real good. Watch this. I'm clapping my hands. I'm clapping my hands because of the way that the Democrats handled this crisis, or should I say a political crisis, the way that they handled it. This whole government shutdown, y'all just got a good taste of what politics is and how nasty it is, and they don't care how much the American people has to suffer because of it. They don't care. It's all about the Democrats versus the Republican, who's in power, who gets to set policy, who gets to set laws. It's amazing. But you do have to just, as wicked as it is, you still have to clap your hands because they got wins. They got what they wanted. And I predict that the government shutdown is going to end here pretty soon, within the next few days, if not today. It's going to end. And you know the reason why? Because the Democrats did what they needed to do. They caused chaos in the country, especially during in the airlines, especially. And man, you got military, poor military. Man, you know, check this out. I looked it up the other day. The military, they cannot in any way, shape, fashion, or form say, you know, I'm not getting paid, so I quit. No, they still got to continue on in the military, even if they don't get paid. But nevertheless, the Democrat played this hand a hell of a lot more better than the Republicans did, and the Republicans have to admit it. They used the high prices. They used this shutdown to be in favor of, knowing that the voters, American voters, are built on emotions and feelings. That's all they care about. You talk about, I ain't getting no food, man, that's it. And as a result, look what happened. The gubernatorial race in Virginia and New Jersey. Virginia has its first female governor. New Jersey has a female governor now. They just won. And then you got this guy named Mogami. What is his name? Mogami or something like that. Whom I believe he's a Muslim. He's now the mayor of New York. And California, they stand to gain 5 more Democratic seats based on this reconstruction that they're doing. Man, I tell you, man, the Democrats played this. They used the American people. And the pain and suffering of it, they did. No food stamps, no EBT, no nothing like that. And mind you, the American people, a lot of people just not in tune. I told you, they vote clearly on emotions. They had 14 votes to open up the government, and the Democrats voted no 14 times. Why? Because they're playing politics. They're literally playing politics for all the people out there. And they're played politics using you, the American people. But guess what they did? The American people overwhelmingly in these blue states, what did they do? Vote Democrat. They voted Democrat, so it worked. So now, I guarantee you the Democrats going to be willing to come to the table now. It's sad what really goes on in this world because, you know, you have a lot of people that are false and use a lot of manipulation tactics against people who have unsuspecting minds. I think the problem with Americans more than anything is being so gullible. And we all know the political thing. We all know it. But see, it doesn't really truly impact until we have a situation like, what is the government shutdown? 37, 38 days? Something like that? Because, I told you what they're going to do. They're going to kick the can down the road. They're going to print more money. Soon we're going to be $40-something trillion in debt. That's just inevitable because they have no solutions in balancing the budget, none whatsoever at all. But they love cooking the books. That's just the way that it is. And so they use this. And the Republicans, listen, at times I see them being so honest to their detriment and stuff, instead of being skillful in politics and stuff and doing what they need to do. The Democrats don't play by any book, any rule book whatsoever at all. It's just kind of like the court systems. They don't play by it. They want you to play by the rule. You got to honor the rule, but they in power. They don't give a damn if you. They're not going to honor the rule or play by the rule at all. So there are so many unresolved issues in this country. Now, what is next up on the list? Well, we got 12 months. We got 12 months before the midterm elections come up again, and this is big. And there's a lot of things that are unresolved in this country right now, like tariffs, high food prices, illegal immigration. All these things could probably be settled by then. And then what? The Republicans, what they better do is they better come up with a strategy. Because if the Democrats in any way, shape, fashion, or form, you can see they are not caving, they're not yielding. Of course, now, if I was the president, I would have said to hell with the Democrats and your filibuster and everything else. And I would have just opened up the government because we have the majority of votes in the House and the Senate. That's what I would have done. I don't care what they talk about in the future. So we'll deal with the future when the future get here. But, politics is something else. And for them to solidify, especially the governor's race. Now, the mayor race, that ain't too much influence. It's the governor's race, man. In these states right here, there's really, truly important. And the Democrats had a blue wave. This thing is still blinking that my dang gum light is out. If we can just get the American people to be informed and stop trying to do everything based on emotions and based on feelings, the country will be a hell of a lot better. Look at how many people went and ransacked the stores anyway. And y'all got to understand, who is responsible for this low base mindset? And what is it about people that they can be so easily manipulated because somebody says some words without facts? I mean, again, I deal with it all the time on the religious side, because there's people, they just don't know the word. They don't care about the word. All they're there is to be false and to manipulate people, to use people, and many of them been burnt by these dogs. But hey, nevertheless, it is what it is. But let me tell y'all something, man. We as a people, we need to start paying attention to what's next up on the agenda. Now, I talk about politics a lot because I follow it, because I know it's going to impact the people. I look at it for this reason. I'll give you an example, all right? You see that they can control people through food. Satan, that's what he did. He used what? Food to get Eve. Food. And again, America is just simply not ready. Nobody. I mean, we're talking about probably 75 to 80% of the populace don't even have food storage. Zero. No food. They're not even prepared or ready for any crisis or anything, much less being able to protect themselves in a world without rule of law. I mean, sooner or later, it's got to hit someone's mind, somebody who's responsible. We need to prepare this stuff right now, because we can't wait for the crisis to hit and then prepare, because then it's going to be too late. Men have got to be able to look out and see their wives, look at their wives' eyes, looking at sons and daughters' eyes. And they got to look in the mirror, do a good long look in the mirror. You say, you know what I'm doing in life, does it amount to anything in the grand scheme of things? Is it making my family prosper? Am I really truly prepared in case the proverbial crap hit the fan? What am I doing to make sure that I secure my own and those that are around me? How can I strengthen people and make people better? That's one reason why I'm here on YouTube. Because you can go back and look at my history, I give a lot of advice trying to strengthen people and to make people better, to say the things that people don't want to hear, and it's very uncomfortable to hear, but you need to hear it, and continually to keep putting it in front of you, and maybe one day you will listen and be able to prosper as well. Now, you have to understand, I'm not talking about the prosperity like of this world. I'm talking about being able to live a good, quiet, simple, peaceable life. That's what I'm talking about. But you're ready for anything that comes. And I tell you, and then what's the first thing that mayor of New York says? The first thing you're going to do is sweeping gun legislation. That's one thing I don't understand. So we have one Constitution in the United States of America. One. Why are we even having a discussion concerning guns? Why? Why? It shouldn't even be on the table. Yet and still, every time you turn around, that's the only thing they're talking about. What is the issue, the trouble, and the problem? You know, if you look at communism, the first thing they did was disarm the people. And the only people that had guns was the police, the government, and the bad guys. That was it. Then it was easy for them to run blitzkrieg over the populace and control them because they got the guns. They got them. They got them. And you are left with nothing. Well, like I said, we're going to watch this government. Watch, it's all politics. Look at all the pain and suffering that the American people had to endure and deal with. People standing in long lines, sleeping in airports for days at a time, all because the Democrats shut the government down. And then, you know, here's the thing right here. Then the Democrats, what they did, because, you know, you have to understand, if some people are on the Democratic side, no matter what the Democrats say, they're going to believe it. So they went out and told their constituents the Republicans shut the government down. And then you look at it, if you look at the facts, it's just simply not true. But again, they don't care about facts. Everything is about strategy. I keep telling y'all, in politics, it has nothing to do with the truth or a lie. It's the fact of the matter. Who has the best strategy, that's who wins. Well, good thing about it, come out of it, is that Nancy Pelosi is retiring. About time. And maybe Chucky Shoemaker is right behind her. But I tell you what, man, people, we have a lot to learn. And I don't think, the way I look at it, and especially watching some of these videos here on YouTube about what's happening in these liberal states in America, I don't have a lick of confidence. I'm so glad that I'm way out here in the country. I'm happy for. I'm so glad that I was able not only to be in the country, but follow my own advice. Literally live and follow my own advice and obey my own advice that I actually teach and live. And whatever I preach and teach to others, I live it myself. And it's always bode well for me. I can truly, truly say, as I thank the Father, I have not wasted my life. And my life has been able to help be a benefit to others who would otherwise never even have thought this way if it wasn't even presented to them. Now I'm getting a lot of people making videos about how Straitway got it right. Straitway got it right. Just listen to him on the Sean Ryan show. Hey, what did they say? The one guy said, we need to live in community. I've been preaching and teaching this thing for 30-something years. And guess what? Now people are saying within the last 4 or 5 years, we need to be in community. Why? Because you need people that think like you do, train like you do, work like you do, act like you do, believe like you do, to be joined together in a cohesive tribal type of a unit so that you can be able to preserve and protect. Because if you own a homestead by yourself, I understand it's nice to have a homestead, but it ain't good to be by yourself. That's the sad part about it. Anyway, I said enough about this subject right here. It's all said enough. Hope y'all have a wonderful day. Hope it says something to stimulate thought and give you something of value. That's my prayer.